Some say Southgate is Ole with a beard.
But you know,
So let's move on to the next one, France and Switzerland. Okay, our resident France number one, Pogba, biggest fan. Said, what do you think about France's performance so far?
France performance, I would say they are okay. They are not good as per my expectation. Being the world champions, they should be scoring a lot of goals. They should be winning the games convincing. I mean, with Germany at Munich, they have a good start with a good win. They only managed to get one own goal from Hummels, but it was like good pass from Pogba with a man of the match performance. First game, second game, there was 1-1 draw with Hungary. It was like a shaky performance. Not very convincing from the standard of a world champion. And last game against Portugal, it was also very unlucky to concede 2 penalties, and then they also drew 2-2. So it was a tough group, but they get the job done. They finished the group on the top. But now,
if I can add,
yeah.
I think shout out to Griezmann. Griezmann is having nobody notes his defensive game.
Yeah.
Everyone speaks about
back,
Griezmann's
winning
offensive play. Yeah, his defensive game this time around is fantastic together with Kante. I think that frees up Pogba to do more of the distribution and playmaking in the midfield.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even yesterday, he's making very clean tackles and he's winning the ball and he's moving the ball forward too. So he also scored 1 goal as well. So
yes.
Next game I would say it will be a tough game, but I think they should go through to the next stage at least.
Okay, how about Switzerland? Raj, what's your input on Switzerland?
Switzerland, as they always have been a Jekyll and Hyde team. On their day, they can be really good, or they can just switch off for the entire game and just go missing, absent without leave. It all depends on how influential Shaqiri is in the midfield, because Shaqiri, as always for Switzerland, is the biggest difference maker in the team. And he has proven again during the recent Euros as well. So it all depends on the form and play of Shaqiri in pushing his teammates. And I honestly feel that France, as good as they were during the last World Cups, I think this time defensively they look very, very suspect, to be very honest. Varane and Kimpembe are not really in top form. So I feel that Switzerland, if they bring their A game, they can really give France a run for their money. So it will be an interesting game.
Score prediction.
I think.
Raj, what do you think about the score prediction?
I am going, but although I feel that Switzerland might turn up, I still feel France will edge it out by 2-1 score.
Said, you were about to say something just now?
Yeah, I was saying like their defense is good, but I think their fullbacks are not performing good. I mean, last night they didn't give chance to Pavard.
Yeah, correct.
Right back, they put Koundé. He made a mistake. He conceded a penalty. On the left side, Theo Fernandes is also not playing good. They also used Rabiot on the left side. So I think Mbappe has to speed up in his game more and to come up with goals. But I think their centre back is okay. Their full backs are not performing.
If you see the game against Hungary, I think the one who was suspect in that game was Varane more than anybody else, because Varane was the one who allowed the Hungary player to goes through him. Yeah.
We are linked with Varane, and I was thinking that was not supposed to be the audition for United fans, because he's shy and he didn't took the tackle.
Yeah. He was too suspect for not tackling the player.
Yeah. So
2-1 for me though.
How about you, Said? What's your score prediction?
I would love to see 3-0 with at least Mbappe scoring 1 goal. He needs to score.
Okay, Ayrton, France, Switzerland.
Well, among all of the matches that we've seen in the second round, I think this one has the chance to have the most highest scoring margin, I would say. I'm going on the limb here and say France to win 5-0.
Thank God. I wish.
Okay, Josh, score prediction, France, Switzerland.
Yeah, I will say it will be a lot of goals, but it wouldn't be 5-0. I feel that it's going to be
4-0.
It's going to be 3-2 it's going to be 3-2 to France. I think they are defensively, they can make mistakes with Kimpembe, allowing penalties like that and things like that. So I think it will be a 3-2 win for France.
Okay, put your money on it. More than 5. More than 4. More than 5.
Hai. Apa. Okay,
Five,
Jai,
five.
apa pendapat you? Apa score line?
France 2, Switzerland 0.
Okay, so France is going through for this one. Okay, so we move on to the next one. Let's talk about Croatia. Jai, apa pendapat you tentang Croatia dalam Euros ini?
Actually, pendapat saya tentang Croatia, sebab Croatia masuk World Cup tu dia adalah final I think. So I rasa dia punya game by progress by game by game. Maknanya setiap game dia ada progress dia sendiri. Dia meningkat secara setiap game ke setiap game. So as a kemungkinan besar kalau dia menentang dengan Spain, maybe dia akan boleh get through jika kekuatan midfield dia iaitu daripada Modric, function midfield dia berfungsi sepenuhnya, maybe dia boleh get through to the quarterfinal. Yes. Sebab dia fokus pada midfield dia kalau bagus, the whole team akan berfungsi. Itu kekuatan Croatia lah pada pendapat saya.
Okay, how about Spain? Okay, I don't think they haven't been performing that well, but what do you think about them, Eriton?
Well, first of all, a moment of silence for David De Gea, the only United player who has yet to play any minutes. Well, once that's out of the way, okay. Well, looking at Spain, right? I mean, like, especially this match, Spain and Croatia. I would think these two are the most frustrating out of the big boys. I also put England to that bracket, but more so with Croatia and Spain. I mean, like Spain. Let's not kid ourselves. They are not the Spain of that won three tournaments on the trot. I mean, like, looking at their squad as well on front, Alvaro Morata is not exactly banging out the goals. They need to bring in Ferran Torres to actually do the job. The first two games, I mean, it was a ball. Them drawing the games, but the last game where they needed to win with that 5-0 banging of Slovakia. At the end of the day, it is Slovakia. It's not let's say like Germany or Netherlands. It's Slovakia. It's not been convincing so far, I would say, especially, I mean, if you look at the bench, so the players that they have, like Adama Traore, and also like Busquets. I mean, some of them are aging players also as well. I mean, this team, whoever wins this game, and I'll give the edge to Croatia, but whoever wins this game, expect to be loud by by France in the next round, because these two teams aren't going anywhere. But if I were to give a shout out for who's going to win this match, I think Croatia might just edge it.
Score predictions for this particular game, Croatia-Spain?
I think Croatia is going to edge this one 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. I'll give it to Croatia.
This is without David De Gea as the goalkeeper.
Yeah, without David De Gea. with David De Gea, probably Spain will stand a chance, but without 2-0.
Yeah.
Non-biased. You are non-biased. Okay, so how about you? What's the score prediction?
Me?
Yeah, score prediction.
I think 1-0 to Spain. Spain, they showed like they are back in the tournament, so I think Spain would go through this one.
Okay, Raj?
2-1 Spain.
2-1 Spain. Josh?
I think this will be, I'm with Eriton on this. I think Croatia will edge it. I think experience will be overlapping the Spain's, the youth system. So if Modric, Perisic, Rebic all comes up, I think it will be 2-1 Croatia.
Okay, Jai, you penentu lah. Croatia ke Spain?
Croatia 2-0.
Oh, okay, good. So the first upset in the knockout stage will be Croatia. Okay, I mean Spain going out, so Croatia will proceed. Okay, next one. Let's move on to Sweden. Okay, Sweden. Raj, maybe just briefly touch on Sweden. What do you think about their
Sweden Ukraine? This is to me a 50-50 game. Both teams stand a good chance because Sweden, as good as they are offensively, I think we proved with Lewandowski's antics yesterday that they can lead goals. They can concede goals, simplest of goals. Lindelof, as impressive as he was against Spain, he is starting to become suspect. The cotton ball that Smurf calls him. Shout out to Smurf right there, and I've brought Glitzy together as well for Smurf on behalf. So yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's a 50-50 game, but I feel Sweden will depend on the form of their players. If they can get really Forsberg and Co to work up front, I think they can edge this game. Maybe a 1-0.
1-0. Okay, Josh, how about you? What do you think about Ukraine, and what do you think the scoreline will be? Josh?
I think this one I'm gonna give it a bit on. Oh, damn.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I think this one would be a Ukraine win for me, because I think like you all said, Lindelof is starting to show his
back.
He's a weakness, and
It's
Ukraine is a
Lindelofness.
goal-scoring team.
His softness is coming.
Lindelofness.
Jai, siapa? Sweden, Ukraine.
Sweden dengan Ukraine penalty shootout, penentuan penalti 0-0, but I think Sweden akan get through lah. Dia akan ke quarter final because Lindelof punya factor lah.
Okay, Ayrton, what do you think about Sweden, Ukraine?
It's going to be a boring match, this one. I think it's going to be a 0-0 come, but it will pass through 90 minutes, and it'll go to extra time, and I think Ukraine will just win it on penalties.
Syed, how about you, Syed?
I also think it will be a draw and will go on penalties, but I think Sweden will edge it in penalties.
So, Raj, you are Ukraine, right? You are Sweden.
Sweden.
Right?
1-0.
Okay, so Sweden will go through.
Sweden.
All right, Sweden. Okay,
Lindelof.
this is probably the exciting one. Okay, England and Germany. Okay, a lot of England fans in the German United group. Okay, so we start with Ayrton. What do you think about England's performance so far?
Well, I had a picture before this that showed people were sleeping, so I put some fans here that was actually singing. Because like England, I mean, like, what can I say? If to answer your first question that you asked actually earlier, that who has been your most disappointing team? Actually, England has been the most disappointing team for me. That they, not say they haven't showed up. They did win 2 matches, but they were just a dire to watch. I mean, so tiring. I mean, watching them is actually a challenge, sometimes to watch England play. It's actually a damn bloody challenge to just watch them, and and to look at the squad that England has, the talent all over the place, not just on the first 11, but actually also on the bench. For them, this England team, I say, is one of the most impressively gifted England teams I've seen in a long time. Sadly, they got no chemistry. They seriously got no chemistry. And if this was a girlfriend and boyfriend relationship, it will last probably a week only. Then, that's it. I think this England team might just beat Germany because I mean, like, playing a couple of the matches together, and these teams just kind of understand each other. But I'm going to rely on individual brilliance from the England team, especially players like Harry Kane, Phil Foden, and hopefully Jadon Sancho. Hopefully.
How about the team selection?
I still feel Southgate.
Sila,
Saya nak tambah boleh. Okay, I England fan. I dah follow 3 game. Then I rasa lah England tetap dalam keadaan misteri. Sebab I rasa macam Southgate ni ada bagi tactical yang memang kita nampak kenapa player yang ada nama dekat luar, yang sepatutnya first 11 dekat luar tapi tak main, So pada I, the focus one ialah quarter final dengan semi final. Yang itu yang the key apa yang coach Southgate tengah buat untuk England punya performance. Yes. So I positive dia akan ke qualifying.
Okay, Raj, you were saying just now you wanted to add on about Southgate.
No, it all depends on Southgate. Southgate's team selection is very bad. He's just going on players based on the hype of the media. I feel honestly there's so much firepower in the England squad which is not being played game in, game out. Players like Jack Grealish, players like Jadon Sancho. A big shout out to Tyrone Mings, one of the best players over the group stages. He did very well when he was called upon. But it all comes down. Yeah, it all comes down to the selection of our Southgate. If he selects a proper team, they stand a good chance against Germany because Germany are not very good either.
Some say Southgate is Ole with a beard.
But
he plays double pivot, right?
England along with Italy are the only 2 teams they haven't conceded any goal in the tournament. So I think their defense is still good. So it's just like they're winning.
No, I
1-0,
mean
but
the offensive selection of players. Kane is not performing. Sterling needs 20 chances to score a single goal, and he still plays week in, week out. I think when Saka and Grealish came in, there was so much difference in the team. Why not you go for Jude Bellingham and all who are sleeping on the bench? Throw them in, let them play.
Itu yang misteri sebenarnya England ni.
Betul.
England ni sekarang tengah misteri. Misteri
And if I can add one more thing, there is no plan B for England. The biggest mistake was not taking Ward-Prowse for the tournament, where you could have had Ward-Prowse supplying in all the supplies for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who can play up front as a target man. So there is no plan B. That's another problem. I'm not an England fan, by the way. It's just an observation. Why was Ward-Prowse not taken for the Euros? I don't understand until today.
Guys, if I may add a bit something. I think we are all underestimating Gareth Southgate, and I think I will disagree a bit on Raj there that there's no plan B. I think he has a plan B and plan C by playing a very defensive unit in the group stage, and he have team B, which is his actual team that will play in the tournament starting round of 16. I think with Kane, he knows. Yeah, I think with Kane, right, he will probably use Rashford and Sancho and even Grealish behind him. Right, that three will support Kane. I think that is their 11. But at the back, as you know, I think they will still want to use Maguire and then use Mings or Stones, either that three and the wing back. I think that back is confirmed with Declan Rice and Phillips. But the front four, that is like what Jai said, is tricky, right? But I think we are underestimating Gareth Southgate. I think he will put his actual squad starting round of 16. Just watch and see how he plays.
Honestly, Josh, I don't think Gareth Southgate knows he's stronger. He's starting 11 also. He's playing
that is what I feel.
Like I said, that he's playing it through media hype actually. And the players that actually deserves it, that players that actually can perform when he came win out, is not getting minutes, especially players like Jadon Sancho. But Saka, wow, that guy actually really surprised me. Really impressive.
He should start ahead of Sterling actually. Saka should start ahead of Sterling.
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah.
There's probably some favoritism going on in the England squad as well, the same as United. Okay, so we move on to the next team. Okay, so Syed, what do you think about Germany?
Yeah, Germany, I think they're not a good team to be considered as to go all the way in semis or quarter. But I think they're playing good. Their fullbacks are playing really good. Their formation is like 3-4-3, and when they are attacking, they are like 5 people in the attack. So I think their fullbacks, Kimmich and Gusson especially, he made an assist, he made a goal, he scored a goal. So so far, I mean, like against Portugal, we saw like they scored 4 goals. Against France, their second half was really good. They were really attacking, and they were pushing the France defense line. Against Hungary, they don't have a good game, but they did the job. They managed to go through. So for England, I think it will be a tough game, but it's really hard to call who is going to win this one.
Okay, Raj, can I just check with you, right? Because I'm actually very impressed by the formation that Germany was playing against Portugal.
Yeah.
With their wing backs.
Okay. The thing is, I feel like Germany, the problem is there enough chemistry between the experienced players and the young players? So against Portugal, there was enough chemistry between the experienced players. Muller turned up the heat, and then you had Kimmich running down, and that was also partially due to the bad defensive performance of the Portugal unit as well. So if their players can actually click like how they did, Gnabry was all around the place during the Portugal game. He had a fantastic game against Portugal. So if Germany turns up against England, who play how they are playing currently, then it could be an issue for England. So I believe that Germany, when they go into a knockout stage of a tournament, they are a different animal altogether. That is how they have been over the years. If they will be okay in group stage, and then knockout, they will turn up the heat. But how far has the Hungary result affected them? We are not sure yet. So that's a question mark for me. But I still feel that Germany have enough to get past England. So I would say this game will be a draw. I think it will be a scoring draw, 2-2, go to penalties, and Germany will go through on penalties. This is my score for that game.
Okay, Josh, how about you? Score prediction: Germany, England, Germany.
I would say an England win. As I said, we are underestimating Gareth Southgate. I think he has a game plan. He's going to bring his actual team starting round of 16. England will ace Germany, and I think Germany is very inconsistent. Portugal had very bad defensive play, so England to win 2-0, and Gareth Southgate in.
Are you trying to say that, right? I mean, in the group stages, he didn't really go all gung-ho and play his best 11.
So we are looking at a very extreme thinking, analytical Southgate or a very dumb Southgate lah. And I think, and looking at over the years, right, he has been there despite the hype of the media and all. He has been for England for 5 years, and he brought England at the semi-finals and I think the World Cup. So yeah. he has a game plan. I'm looking at the bright side lah. He has wealth of players in his bench. In starting 11, and he purposely put Sterling there because he knows he can't score, and defensively he knows he can do well. So I think he will edge this. England will turn up from round of 16 onwards.
Okay, Ayrton, how about you? No brainer lah.
I mean, it's a matter of whether England do turn up or not lah, because if they played the way they played again in the group stages against Germany, they are looking for trouble lah. But I'm putting my heart on my sleeve. I really think at Wembley Stadium as well, England will turn up. The chemistry will finally be there, and England will just edge it 1-0.
Okay, Jai.
Yeah.
England
for me, of course England lah. Sebab England dalam keadaan yang misteri. So dalam masa yang sama, I hope England dapat revenge, balas dendam tentang kekalahan game-game sebelum ni dengan Jerman. So inilah masa dia, England menang ke atas Jerman. Sebab I memang positif. Misteri, dalam keadaan misteri. Positif dalam keadaan misteri. Sebab I tahu ada something yang Gareth Southgate akan buat. So I hope kita dapat the good result, and then kita jumpa kat final lah.
Syed, how about you, Syed? England and Germany.
I think England will go through, we know they're playing in Wembley, and I think from now onwards, they will allow 45,000 audience in Wembley. So they will have an extra force and extra 12-man support from the fans. So I think England will go through. But if it goes to penalty, then we know Germans, they are so efficient with the penalties. But within
Germany is another level. Yeah. Another level. Penalties, Germany another level.
Yeah, so England need to finish this game within the 90 minutes.
Everton, you mean even Werner also?
Well, honestly speaking,
Werner won't take.
These German guys, that's why I tell you, Owen Hargreaves had an education when he had education in Bayern Munich. We know for a fact he's going to score when it comes to penalties.
Yeah, so Germany, if you just close your eyes, they will win the penalties.
Yeah, penalties, Germany will take it hands down. But in a space of 90 minutes, England got a chance to win it 1-0.
Yep, England has a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
I'm the only one who said Germany will win it. One against four.
Germany. I want to see that formation again. It's like width upon width and stuff. Oh, it's like they swarm the play. It's crazy.
And now in modern football, we don't really see a team that plays with width. I think thanks to Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola, all teams play narrow. So I think the Dutch and German are the team who really deploy the width in the pitch. These two teams really play with width. So it will be an interesting game, England-Germany.
No, just to sidetrack a bit, that particular formation that they played against Portugal, Germany against Portugal, right? I think Ole was actually trying to use that, right? The formation with the key centre backs and whatnot. But then, our full backs.
I mean, Ginter, Hummels and all, they really turned up against Portugal. But that also contributory against Portugal, because Portugal's defense was all over the place.
All over the place that day, exactly. Yeah. So, okay. The teams that we predict to qualify for the quarterfinals is Belgium, Italy, France, Croatia, Sweden, England, Netherlands, and Denmark. Okay, so guys, we are at the end.
Oh, no, wait lah.
We are at the end of this segment. Okay. Okay, so if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, please comment, we will always happily reply, and let's keep the interaction going. We'll see you guys soon.